Let us join together in prayer. As we gather remembering the baptism of Jesus, we seek to be given new life, to be reminded that we are beloved and that God needs us for the purposes of the unfolding of this wonderful experiment called creation. Amen. The Bible starts with water, the Spirit brooding over the deep in Genesis 1, and the Bible ends with water. The river of the water of life, bright as crystal, flowing through the city of God. Water is life. From the water of oceans and rivers and lakes and streams and springs that makes flourishing life possible on earth, to the amniotic fluid that gestates the life of mammals, including each one of us. Water is life. Again and again in the Bible, we see divine power, the power of life made manifest through water. We see the power of God displayed in the waters of the flood and the story of the ark. We see the power of God in the story of the parting of the Red Sea, making it possible for the Hebrews to escape slavery in Egypt. God's power is displayed in water gushing forth from the rock to sustain the Hebrews in their stories of wandering in the wilderness. We see the power of God displayed in water when the military commander Naaman is cured of his leprosy after dousing himself 7 times in the meager Jordan River. We're told of God's power now with Elisha when he parts the waters, carrying the prophetic power of his mentor Elijah. In the Bible, there are so many instances of the power of God made manifest in water. In the Gospels, we hear of Jesus stilling a storm, a sure sign that the power of God, of the Creator, rests with him. There's the power of redemption and inclusion in the story of the Samaritan woman at the well. Jesus gives her living water, new life. And there's the story of John the Baptizer, calling people back to God through baptism in the Jordan River. And today we heard the powerful story of the baptism of Jesus, a sign that the power of God is in his life, and it's made known through water. The power of God, of divine love, is a power that can never be fully expressed or comprehended. Yet the image of water helps us think about that power. We know the power of water to reconfigure a coastline, to chisel rock over time, to create electricity, to power countless homes, businesses, and devices. We know the power of water to destroy homes, businesses, and lives. And we know the power of water to save lives and homes and land. We watch the fires in Los Angeles rage in large measure due to lack of water, a problem created not by nature, but by human interference in the balances of nature. All of this power associated with images of water. And when it comes to the baptism of Jesus, we see all this divine power channeled into Jesus and through Jesus, giving him the power to love unconditionally without borders or boundaries. In the church, we too practice the sacrament of baptism with water. In our kind of church, it's usually a few drops sprinkled or applied in the sign of the cross. It's symbolic, but I'm thinking we might be a little leery of so much power, the power associated with God and associated with water. Is this part of why we keep the representation kind of minimal? Do we really want that much power? Reshaping us, propelling us, swallowing us up in the purposes of divine love? United Church of Christ pastor and poet Rich Orloff offers this poem, A Prayer on the Shore. A wave of love comes towards me. This is not a sweet-looking wave, this is a tsunami. This is more than I can handle. Instantly, I put up an impenetrable wall. A lightning bolt of love flashes at me. It's too bright to look at directly. I look away and think, pure love is too much for me. I can only handle love as a metaphor. I shout, do not give me more love than I can handle. God asks, you want such poverty? I'm too embarrassed to admit that my answer is yes. The sea is calm, the sky is hazy. I yearn for connection, but surrender terrifies me. I stand at the shore of an unbounded ocean of consciousness, praying for another wave. I think that's why we are here. We are praying for another wave. We may be a bit scared or hesitant. Would we venture forth to be doused in the Jordan by John? I think we want to say yes. Some years ago, a member of our church, Yoko Nagami, wanted to be baptized in the Swanee River at the Florida Folk Festival. Some of you were there. And there were signs posted along the shore. Beware of alligators. Danger. Should we abandon the baptism? Maybe just a sprinkling or the sign of the cross. Was it safe? How vigilant did we need to be? How afraid should we be? Well, we ventured into the murky waters and proceeded with the baptism. There will always be threats. Naysayers. Those who tell us, oh, things can't change. You can't make a difference. We don't matter. The dreams of God, they're for the next life. There will always be those messages trying to challenge the power of divine love, telling us to beware, trying to make us afraid, especially of what we can't control. Yet we have seen the intentions of God, of divine love, made fully manifest in the life and ministry of Jesus. And we know that the dreams of God are still seeking expression today through us. The destruction caused by global warming, the devastation wrought by greed, the delusions of the power-hungry, the deaf ear to the cries of those made poor in our communities and around the world, the pain of broken relationships and shattered dreams, all this and more, subjected to the transforming power of divine love. And a desert becomes a watered garden blooming with life. People of faith, we know the power of water, especially those of us who live here in Florida. And we know that we, like Jesus, are beloved and empowered by the water of life.